it is surprising whenever you see two conference rivals make a deal, especially one involving stars. I mean, that's a rarity in the NBA. So that was a bit surprising. But in over 20 years of covering the NBA and talking to executives, the best executives have always told me, while you don't want to trade a player, a star player, to a division rival or in the conference, at the end of the day, you have to make the best deal for your team, regardless of what it does for the other team. And I honestly believe that this deal was good for both teams. Now, to me, the most surprising element, though, is that a rookie GM, Kobe Altman in Cleveland, who we know has only been the GM for maybe less than a month, he got the best of Trader Danny Ainge.
What?
Ainge is one of the best wheelers and dealers in the league, and Altman got the best of him. I think Cleveland won this deal, and not just because their hands were tied, because Kyrie wanted to be traded. They got everything offensively that they lost in Kyrie in Isaiah Thomas. Then they added a very good defender in Jay Crowder, who I think, along with Jeff Green, which was an underrated pickup in free agency, I think that this is bringing Cleveland back to its identity. All season long, I talked about how they lost their identity of toughness, being hard-nosed, being a defensive-minded team. Crowder will help restore that, and he does it without taking away from your three-point shooting, because he's an excellent three-point shooter when he spots up. Then, of course, you get Brooklyn's pick in 2018. That's incredible. So even if LeBron leaves next summer, you can re-sign Isaiah Thomas long-term if you like. You get a top pick in next year's draft. Maybe it becomes a future franchise player. All those things will keep Cleveland relevant, not great, but relevant even if LeBron leaves. So I think this was a tremendous deal for the Cavaliers.
Wait, did you just say that Isaiah Thomas is as good as Kyrie Irving?
No, Kyrie is the better player. I'll give you that. But they're both great isolation players. They both can create their own shot. They both are clutch. Isaiah was one of the top fourth quarter scorers in the league last year. They're both mentally tough. Isaiah scored 53 points on his late sister's birthday, less than a month after she died in that tragic car accident. And Isaiah has proven one thing that Kyrie hasn't, even though Kyrie's better. He's proven he can lead a team to wins. Kyrie has never proven that before LeBron or since LeBron got there, when he's out sitting out games.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Chris, I agree with you. I believe because you're behind the 8 ball, for the simple fact everybody knows you must trade Kyrie Irving. So they're coming to the table offering you basically role players, backup players. And it's like, no, wait a minute. And I get it. You never want to deal with a guy in your conference. In football, it was a division. But if this is the best deal I can strike, I'm getting the most I possibly can, and I'm going to live with the result. To get the Brooklyn Nets unprotected first-round pick, we know they're going to be in the lottery. There's a good chance that pick will be a top 5 pick. You get an offensive weapon to replace Kyrie, but you also add defense in Jay Crowder. I believe the Cavaliers won, although they had to give up a great player to get this. Cavaliers won this deal.
They won this deal? Trader Danny Ainge just pulled off the all-time NBA heist. He just, as the chief rival of the Cleveland Cavaliers, he just acquired Kyrie Irving at age 25, just entering his prime. And in return, all that LeBron got for next year is a 5'9" defensive liability, ball-hogging point guard with an iffy at best hip. A guy who is not, according to Brad Stevens, even going to be ready on that not surgically repaired hip. He chose not to have surgery for training camp. That's a huge X factor. The Cleveland doctors have not even examined the hip yet. Who knows what damage was done that has not been corrected yet? And you're saying they got Steve? That's ridiculous. Jay Crowder is a nice player, but he is not a life changer. And so all you got next year was an iffy hip and Isaiah Thomas and Jay Crowder back for Kyrie Irving. The Celtics are better. The Cavaliers are worse. It's as simple as that. And the Celtics, by the way, already had the best record in the league last year. So I give them a much better chance of beating LeBron head-to-head, which is why I like Boston to win the East with Kyrie as the man and Gordon Hayward as the 2 guard, and those kids, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and Al Horford and Marcus Smart coming off the bench. That team's better than Cleveland now.
We have no idea what Jason Tatum is. No, because he ate it up in summer league.
I have an idea.
Thinking he's ready.
I have an idea. He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. He's not going to come in the league, especially with Hayward and Kyrie there, and light it up. He's just not. He's not going to have the opportunities if he does have the ability. Jaylen Brown, okay, let's see what he is. He was pretty good in spot minutes last year, but let's see what he does. Cleveland got much better defensively. I know you would even admit that. They got much better defensively. Yeah, Isaiah's a defensive liability, but so was Kyrie.